Hey, it's a new year, so I'm putting in slightly more effort and we're going horizontal. Isn't that exciting? Alright, whatever. Let's talk about some movies. First up is Popeye. This is a 1980s movie starring the feature film debut of Robin Williams, as well as Shelley Duvall, who was incredible in this. So this is actually the first movie I watched this year, but it's also the most liked of these three that I watched. And like, I wanted to watch this movie because like I knew it was something crazy. I've heard so many horror stories about it because it's so ridiculous. Like Robin Williams has these giant prosthetic forearm things that are just absurd, and the town is just insane. And so I just went into it like thinking, okay, this is gonna be really bad. This is gonna be so bad, and it's gonna be great. Um, and like going into it, I got a DVD copy of it from my dad, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I didn't know what to make of it until I realized, oh, it's just a cartoon. It's just a live action cartoon." That was like a pretty apt description of this movie. It's just a cartoon, but with real life people, and it's so bonkers and so crazy. It's not just like a series of jokes. It's just never-ending jokes within the frame, and it's so crazy because like there's no plot. There's really not a plot to this movie. But like if you if you don't look at the screen for like 30 seconds, you get distracted by something. It happens. You both miss absolutely nothing, but also an incredible amount of information all at the same time. And it's so bonkers how they can do both things. Um, so, yeah, no, this movie is great. I put it in the liked category. I hope to never watch this movie again, but I also recommend the hell out of this movie because it's just an experience to watch this movie. It's something you won't experience anywhere else. And like honestly, when I was done watching the movie, I was like, what do I think of this? But like I definitely had a smile on my face the entire time. So I was like, okay, yeah, I liked it. It's something else. Also, quick warning, it's a musical, but all of the songs are written by someone who doesn't know how to write music. Like, every single song is basically either one or two lines that just repeat over and over again, and they don't know how to rhyme. So they're just rhyming the same word over and over again. Like Blue, the bad guy, his song is just like, "I'm a mean guy, I'm a mean guy, I'm a mean guy, I'm a mean guy," for like 3 minutes, and it's like, ha, okay, whatever, it's fine. But it's great. Also, I do want to call out Shelley Duvall. She did incredible. She was the real standout every single time she was on screen. I was like, yes, things are better. And she nails her olive oil impression. It's just like she embodies olive oil. It's great. So yes, watch this movie. It's an experience. It's going to be incredible. Yeah, it's great. Our next movie is Ask Me Anything. This is a 2014 movie starring Britt Robertson and a bunch of other people that you recognize. I decided I wanted to watch this because I recently watched Tomorrowland and I really like Tomorrowland, especially Britt Robertson in it. But she does not. She is not in a lot of good movies, as in pretty much no good movies besides Tomorrowland. So I figured I'd give this a shot, see what it's all about, because it was rated slightly higher than some of her other ones. Um, the basic premise of this is that Britt Robertson is she's taking a gap year right after high school, and she starts blogging about her life. And it's interesting. I feel like for most of the movie, I was enjoying it. Well, yeah, I was enjoying it. I would say I was enjoying it. I went into this movie knowing that most people enjoyed it until the end and they felt very blindsided by the ending. So I was kind of prepared for a sort of a twist ending, essentially. Um, and I'm okay with the way it ended. I'm probably going to spoil it in a minute. I think the twist ending just kind of reinforces the idea that the author, because this is a book turned movie, and the book was written by the same guy who directed the movie. And I think the twist ending just reinforces the idea that the author had for what this is all about. And it's about this girl who's blogging about her life. I think the message of the movie is something that Martin Sheen says at the end, which is just that, like, oh, this current generation just overshares and they're all just trying to be famous even though they're not talented at anything. And so it's just about the dangers of the internet. Just like, because if you share anything about your life, someone's going to come and kidnap you and you could get murdered and stuff like that. We don't actually know what happened to Burt Robertson. She's just gone at the end of the movie. And it's her mom trying to figure out what happened to her. That's the twist. And like, it feels like a story it's written by a boomer. He's on the edge of boomer. And it's just someone who just doesn't understand what the internet is, and it feels like a very strong disconnect. I ended up putting it in the meh category. I don't recommend it. Yeah, no, it's not good. And lastly is Rogue. This movie just came out last year, which is 2020. Crazy, right? And it stars Megan Fox. The basic premise is Megan Fox has a group of mercenaries she's with, and they're in charge of rescuing the daughter of a governor. And then there's like bad guys chasing after them, and there's also a bunch of lions, or one lion chasing after them. And yeah, I knew this was supposed to be a bad movie, and I was hoping for like just like it's so bad it's good, or like it's just turn your brain off kind of fun kind of bad. But it was just straight up regular bad. It just wasn't good. And like the main thing was just like there's just the lion in the movie is just awful, just the worst CGI. Like, this came out in 2020. The CGI shouldn't be this bad. Like, there were times that it was like, I feel like they just didn't have the frame rate right on the lion, so it was like jittery and stuff, and it was so weird. But yeah. And then, like, also just the story's bad. And also, I think the movie might be racist. It just felt like a lot of the bad guys and a lot of the jokes were just about people's ethnicities. Like, there's a person who's of Asian ancestry and everyone just calls him Chinaman. And I'm like, well, that's not good. So yeah, so it's just bad. It's bad. It's definitely the bottom of the pile right now, which is just 3 tall. But yeah, no, it's bad. And it's so bad. Don't watch this movie. It's not fun. It's not worth the time or effort. I regret watching this. Yeah, okay. That's it. We're all done. That's the whole thing. Hope you like the new format and me putting in slightly more effort. Cool. Okay, all right, that's all I got. Have a good day.